And now, amid the Israel-Hamas war, according to reports, China has sent 6 warships to the Middle East due to risk of escalation of the conflict. Tensions are running high in the region amid fears that the Israeli crisis could escalate into an all-out war. So, big breaking news that is coming in that reports suggest that China has sent 6 warships to the Middle East due to the risk of escalation of conflict between Israel and Hamas. And CNN News 18 Siddhant Mishra continues to stay with us. Siddhant, help us understand, what does this signify, China sending 6 warships to the Middle East?
Well, amid the war between Israel and Hamas militant group, up to 6 Chinese warships have been operating in the Middle East over the past week. And this is what Chinese Defense Ministry has to say in a statement. Now, in fact, according to a statement, Chinese Ministry of Defense, the 44th Naval Squad Task Force has been in regular operations in the region. I mean, that is a routine operations they do in Middle East. And also, last week there was a joint military exercise with the Navy of Oman. This is what they have said in a statement. Also, following the successful completion of its visit to Oman, the Chinese Naval Squad Task Force arrived at Shuwaik port in Kuwait as scheduled on the morning of October 18. The Chinese maritime group embarked on a 5-day goodwill visit to Kuwait. Now, Chinese Defense Ministry has to say that these were the routine military drills that Chinese Navy is doing with the Navy of Oman. Now, then they did a port call to Kuwait, and it was pre-decided. But looking, given the circumstances, and perhaps the tensions are running high in the region amid the fear that the Israel crisis could escalate and perhaps can become a regional conflict. And because of this only, as you know, that US has already moved 2 warships to the Eastern Mediterranean, and perhaps 2 carrier strikers have been moved to the Eastern Mediterranean, and the third one is also en route Eastern Mediterranean. Now, it is now. I mean, you cannot look at this in isolation. This development that 6 Chinese warships are in the region in isolation, or perhaps cannot be just a coincidence. Definitely, it has to do with the escalation in the region. Though the Defense Ministry of China and perhaps the government of China is trying to downplay it, perhaps calling it a routine military drills or pre-scheduled port visits to Gulf of Aden or Kuwait or of that sort. But it has to do with the escalation, and it has to do with the tensions going on in the Middle East. Back to you.
All right, Siddhant, thank you so much for giving us that context.